So, this is the office of Prosecutor Azuki now, is it? Hey, the model in the center of the room has changed to the death scene. Hold a moment, those figurines? Is it like the same figurine? Does this figurine come from the same set? Huh. But why does Gregson have it? Or maybe it's Van Ziex's. Kazuma-sama is doing so well for himself. Even though he's always forced to kneel on the floor, Japanese style, in that dark corner. It's his habit to sit Caesar style whenever he's working. I don't think he's being forced to sit that way. Well, it looks like our journey here was wasted. The prosecutor appears to be out. Perhaps we should discuss things with another prosecutor we know first? Well, it suits me just fine. We can snoop around in his office. That should be alright. Let's see, what have we here? Mr. Naruhodo? Uh-oh. It would be very underhand to glean information from Kazuma-sama's office while he's absent. Huh? What do you mean? We should wait until he's here before we start nosing around. Oh, of course, yes. I disagree. She doesn't take any nonsense when it comes to Kazuma, does she? He's the prosecutor! Come on! We need every edge we can get. My goodness, okay. Well, then let's visit Van Zieks. Lord Van Zieks is reading, look. Iris, why are you here? He doesn't seem like he wants visitors, does he? But he must have noticed that we're here, surely. He's just ignoring us. Oh, hello. What do you Nipponese want? Iris is not a Nipponese. That's no way to greet a lawyer who's trying his hardest to prove your innocence, is it? Perhaps not. I apologize. So, what can I do for you, Mr. Naruhodo? Lord Van Zieks, speaking earnestly. Oh, the fog will lift over London for the first time in months tomorrow. This does feel very, very strange. I must say, I was impressed. Oh, well, thank you. Not by you, by your fellow Nipponese, your prosecutor friend. What? Oh, I see. Yes. How dare you? It's sardonic, don't you think? For a man such as me, so loathing of the Nipponese, to be entirely at the mercy of the two of you? I suppose. It's retribution for having played the part of the Reaper all these years. Played the part? Are you saying somehow the Reaper, or you feel like the Reaper was using you or something? Before we talk to you, what about this figurine? Do you know anything about this? What's that? It's just something I was hoping to ask your opinion about, that's all. Okay, nothing. It's a serious crime for the defense to attempt to extract information from the prosecution by illegal means. What? But you're not the prosecution. I think we have more of a defense and client relationship now, don't we? Okay, no comment. You once told me that you gladly allowed people to believe you were the Reaper, because it helped reduce the amount of serious crime that took place in London. If keeping quiet and playing the part benefits the cause, a cause I myself am committed to pursuing, then why would I choose to say anything? But a henchman of a criminal killed by the Reaper attacked you only the other day, and that was just the most recent of many attempts on your life, wasn't it? Someone is clearly profiting from your silence about all this. Someone is using you. Believe me, ever since the Reaper first appeared, I've been doing my utmost to expose him, or rather, expose the organization. I mean, sure, the Reaper is using Van Zieks, but also Van Zieks seems to be using the Reaper in return. Ah, it's a whole organization? Yeah, how did you come to that conclusion? It's inconceivable that all these accidents were orchestrated by one man. Now, the Reaper always appears to have very accurate information about the accused in each case. Some insider job. Oh my god. Gregson had the information of all the cases. Don't tell me Gregson was the Reaper? That can't be, right? Which can only mean that somebody at Scotland Yard is involved. Someone at... You can't mean? Additionally, yeah. Like in the addition, Gregson ordered Mr. Vigil to be his alibi in the last 10 years. That's crazy, and that would mean maybe Gregson was doing all the killings. Oh god! It's taken me many years, but I finally identified the central figure in this Reaper organization. Tobias Gregson. No. Gregson? The Reaper? So, the reason you were investigating Inspector Gregson is because you intended to expose him as the Reaper. As I said, the Reaper of the Bailey is no single person. It's a highly secret organization with close ties to Scotland Yard. But there's no doubt that Gregson was a key member. I don't believe it. Are you saying that that he was behind all those awful criminals meeting there? Gregson didn't do the dirty work himself. Oh. He was the tactician. His job was to covertly investigate the marks and plot their assassination. In order to do that without arousing suspicion, he regularly needed a firm alibi. Which is where Mr. Vigil came in, posing as the inspector. Vigil knows nothing of the Reaper. But the room he rents on Fresno Street was almost certainly the headquarters of the operation. Gregson would have met the assassin there for briefings. The assassin? Who could be the assassin? We don't know anything about Tobias Gregson. Like, with what people he has contact with, I mean. And besides, wasn't Gregson a little worried about Gina being killed by the Reaper? He was, wasn't he? That's why he wanted to take Gina with him. And what's up with that then, if he's the Reaper himself? Or he's part of the organization that represents the Reaper? Why would he felt the need to protect Gina. So we don't actually know who carried out the killings then? Actually, I do have a name. You already have a name? What? Well, if you can name the man, you have the true identity of the Reaper already then. Or if I can name the woman. Oh. She is a young woman by the name of Yishn. What? But she's in Japan. Wait. She was in Japan and she killed Dr. Wilson. Wait, was Wilson? You didn't prosecute Wilson, did you? Barack Van Zieks? Wait, what? Shin? Miss Asa Shin, the true name of a terrifying killer I know only too well. She came to Japan posing as a visiting student and murdered Dr. John H. Wilson. Then, just when it seemed that diplomatic protection would help her escape Japan and conviction, the mysterious woman was herself murdered in a small summer beach hut. Wait, am I saying this out loud? With Iris present? I mean, she must have heard me saying Dr. Wilson, John H. Wilson. And that woman was actually the Reaper of the Bailey? Uh-oh, Iris. Oh no. Mr. Naruhodo, this perhaps isn't the place to discuss. No, of course not. We can't mention it here. The fact that she killed Dr. John H. Wilson. Oh, I didn't say it out loud then. Because Iris doesn't know, and it's very likely that the man was her father. Why are we not telling her? This is making me crazy. Asa Shin. I should let father know at once. Yes, I agree. Kazuma, isn't it? Kazuma Azuki? You say he's a friend of yours? My best friend. He's the whole reason I got to come to Britain. It was all on his merits. I have nothing but respect for him. Yes, I understand that only the very best students are selected for such opportunities. And you are not one of them. And I had a fine demonstration of how sharp he is in the proceedings earlier today. He missed nothing. In fact, his flawless performance very much reminded me of his father. Wait, I mean, I was there too, you know, and I did a lot too. I mean, his theory wasn't entirely correct at all. Genshin Azuki, the professor. It's true that the aristocracy at the time was the root of numerous grave societal problems. They were abusing their power, playing with the common man as pawns, in politics, in economics, in war. In many ways, Azuki was carving out a canker from society that we British couldn't deal with ourselves. I see. But that's precisely why it makes no sense. Clint Van Zieks was a noble and upstanding man. He wasn't corrupt. Why did the damned Nipponese have to go and take my brother's life? I'm not entirely sure that Genshin Azuki is really responsible for the killings. And okay, whoever the killer was, well, I'm not sure, maybe... Yeah, maybe they just didn't care about who was upstanding or not. Maybe they have a grudge against the nobles and want to kill all of them. In spite of having once saved mine. Huh? Wait, what? Why did Genshin have to go and take my brother's life despite saving yours? He saved your life? How did that happen? It was 10 years ago on a foggy night. What was to be the professor's final strike had sent a wave of panic through the capital. So Clint Van Zieks has already been killed at this point then? Genshin and I were walking down some back streets at a late hour. Of course, at that point, I had no idea of the true nature of the man at my side. All of a sudden, don't make a peep, you're coming with us. Oh! Don't make a peep, you're coming with us! We were surrounded. All of our assailants were armed with pistols, their faces obscured by scarves. Clint was not only from noble heritage, he was a brilliant prosecutor as well. Huh? How did we make the jump from, oh, we were surrounded, to Clint was so brilliant? The scum of London hated the sight of him, and they had no sympathy for his younger brother either. Oh, okay. I'd been targeted several times before already. Yes, we're Zieks alright, we've got him. I could hear them murmuring amongst themselves. I knew they were after me. But just when I thought my time had come. If I let them kill you, Clint would never forgive me. It was Azuki's voice, just a whisper in my ear. After that, I don't remember exactly what happened. The next thing I knew, there was silence all around. Genshin lay on the cobbled street. Blood was seeping from his left hand. He'd shielded me. Two days later, they arrested him. On suspicion of being London's most notorious mass murderer ever, the Professor. How awful for you. All at once, I lost the brother I revered and the foreign friend I held in such high regard. I'm so sorry, Lord Van Zieks. That's the end of my miserable tale. I never thought I'd recount it to anyone. Well, thank you for confiding in me. The Professor, the Reaper, and Inspector Gregson. I wonder just how intimately related they all are. I still can't quite believe that Gregson was essentially the Reaper, giving assassination orders to Jezal Brett. Mr. Naruhodo, let's go and inform my father. I'm sure our government will want to hear about this new information. Oh, that means I get to meet your daddy, Susie. Hooray! Yes, alright. Let's head back to the Great Waterloo Hotel then. Not sure if bringing Iris is such a good idea. Because Professor Mikotoba does not know that John H. Wilson was, or is, her father. I thought it yesterday and I think it again today. This place is so princely. It's a wild guess, but I have a feeling you'll think the same tomorrow too. My tea has a finer fragrance than whatever they're serving in the tea room here, though, wouldn't you say? Oh, look who we have here. This is an unexpected pleasure. Ah, Father. Oh, is this your Daddy Susie? How lovely! Oh, what a charming young lady. And you are? Ah, really? So you're the author of The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, are you? Did she say that she was Iris Wilson? Not sure. That's me, Iris Wilson, at your service, sir. Iris Wilson. Susie's been such a wonderful friend to me over the last year, you know. Well, Miss Wilson, I must say I read your work regularly and with much interest. Iris actually lives with Mr. Sholmes, you know, Father. Is that so? Well, perhaps that goes some way to explaining that bright look in your eyes. You wouldn't be smiling so airily if you knew just how bright she is, believe me. Now then, young Naruhodo, it was a pleasure seeing you in action earlier. As an invitee of the symposium, I was allowed to observe from the gallery after I twisted some arms. Oh, and I must say it was a truly exemplary performance. Oh, well, thank you very much. Although I'm fairly sure you omitted by Kazuma on the end here. By Kazuma? It was a truly exemplary performance by Kazuma, okay? No, please don't misunderstand. It was you who impressed me. Really? You didn't miss the step against Asugi, and we all know how capable he is already. Really, to have matured into such a fine defense lawyer in less than a year is quite extraordinary. It's very kind of you to say so, and really nice to hear. After Barack Van Zieks just ignored me completely, basically. What I saw in court today confirmed what I'd been hoping to for. The favor I mentioned yesterday, Naruhodo, I trust you haven't forgotten. You didn't even tell me. Oh, no, you did mention something, didn't you? But first, we have something to report, Father. Of course. Shall we take tea while we discuss matters further? I wonder where Judge Jigoku has got to. Oh, well, I'm sure as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he has a lot of diplomatic meetings and stuff. Yeah, nothing new, I don't think. What about the favor? So, you mentioned a favor that you'd like to ask me? Well, this fateful trial that you're fighting, one day, one way or another, it will be over before long. And when it is, I'd like you to accompany me back to Japan. You want me to... What? Father, what's the meaning of this? Now, Susato, you should understand. You've seen how our courts work firsthand. Japan's judicial system is in its infancy, especially when it comes to defense. Oh, you mean... The Supreme Court of Judicature is in desperate need of a good defense lawyer. As soon as possible, really quite urgently in fact. Urgently? But I've not even been in London a year yet. I've read all of Susato's reports. I'm well aware of your extraordinary talents. And having seen you in action with my own eyes earlier today, there's no question. You, Naruhodo, are precisely the man our country needs. Wow, what is happening? Am I needed for some big case or something? And you're saying I'm the best man out of all in Japan? Holy crap. So, you'd be leaving then, Runo? But then, what am I supposed to do, Father? Well, Kazuma is still here. You came here to serve as Azuki's judicial assistant. Oh yes, she's supposed to be Kazuma's assistant. Our government is still in the process of deciding how best to deal with this situation, though. You've always chosen your own path, Susato, and I trust your judgment. In this matter also.
Father...
Please, the pair of you, don't look so downcast. It's merely a suggestion, you understand? A hope, if I'm honest, but I won't force you. All I ask is that you consider it and come to a decision by the time this trial concludes.
Yes, alright. You won't leave, will you, Runo? Oh, Iris. I'm sure I'll be back soon, just like Susato. The thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Up until now, I've just been trying to do what I believe to be Kazuma's will. But it turns out that he's still alive, so where does that leave me? Father, do you know about the so-called Reaper of the Bailey?
I've heard rumors. Some members of the judiciary explained it all to me yesterday. Of course, when I was a visiting student here in London, the Reaper was yet to emerge.
Right, he didn't appear until after that case, when the visiting students had already returned.
Lord Van Zeeks, who was in the dock today. That was Baroque, the younger brother of Clint Van Zeeks, I believe.
That's right, and he's known throughout London as the Reaper, as you've heard. But the truth is, it wasn't him behind all of those mysterious deaths. It was somebody else.
I see. So what you're saying is there's been a professional killer at work here?
Exactly. Someone by the name of Asa Shin, in fact.
I beg your pardon? Did you say Asa Shin? You mean that Jezal Brett woman who was responsible for killing my great friend?
Oh no, a friend of yours was killed?
Uh-oh.
Professor Mikotoba, I think perhaps we shouldn't discuss this right now. Because the friend the professor is talking about is Dr. John H. Wilson. I can only hope Iris cannot read my thoughts right now. And that's not something we want Iris to find out about, not like this anyway. Then like what? Like what? Are we really talking about Dr. Wilson's death right now? Okay. I've just remembered something. Biscuits. This hotel has the most delicious looking biscuits.
That was rather out of the blue.
She's doing this deliberately. I think I'll go and see if I can purchase some. I wonder, would you like to come too, Iris? Oh yes! You just tried to leave me behind. Nice job, Susato.
So that young girl is called Iris Wilson, is she?
Yes, that's right.
And she is the author of all those adventure stories starring the great Detective Sholmes? But the name of the credited author isn't Iris, is it? It's Dr. John H. Wilson.
Yes, I know. That's the name of her father, you see.
Her father? Dr. John H. Wilson. I was deeply indebted to the man for all the kindness he showed me during my time in London. That's why I was keen to reciprocate and invite him to the Imperial Yume University 4 years ago.
But he was murdered last year by Jezal Brett. Why? Why would the hand of the Reaper stretch all the way to Japan? I mean, back then, when I was still in Japan, the case with Natsume Soseki didn't even happen yet, right? So why was she in Japan? Well, in the end, she did kill Wilson, right? But Wilson wasn't one of the prosecuted. Iris knows nothing about that case, but it seems very likely that the victim, Dr. Wilson, was her father. Well, I can't say that we ever spoke about his family, so I don't know if he had a daughter or not. What? Even though you were so close? Friends even? But I think I can say with some certainty that he was never the great detective's partner. Huh? Why? So, it could have been another Dr. Wilson, you think? Well, John and Wilson are both common names after all. That's what I said, but did you consider that we are in a video game right now? Still, it's probably best not to mention this to the young lady until we can be sure. That's what we thought, yes. We're back with cinnamon biscuits. Oh, they smell delicious, Iris. I think cinnamon would go very well with the tea they serve here, don't you, Susie? Yes, I'm sure you're right, Iris. I haven't seen Judge Jigoku for a while, have you? Guilty, ha 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 ha! But that guilty is still ringing in my ears. No, now you mention it, I haven't seen him since this morning either. I suppose since the symposium's opening was postponed, he'll have to go on to explore the great exhibition. That reminds me of something you mentioned yesterday. About Judge Jigoku having once been in the dock himself? Ah, yes, it was all tied up with that accursed trial. The closed trial of Kazuma's father. Seishiro was trying to mitigate Genshin's guilt, so he took to the stand to testify, but he got a little carried away and actually managed to break the witness stand. Break it? Oh my! He also said some contemptuous words about the British Empire for which he was charged. Oh dear, although it's worryingly easy to imagine him doing that. Well, it was alright. All alright in the end. He was acquitted and we returned home to Japan together. Thank goodness. Oh yes, talking of Seishiro, I have a copy of the photograph we all took together here yesterday, please. Oh, how nice. Oh, what a lovely picture. Why do I look so serious? Jigoku too. He's also very serious. It certainly seems to shout, "We've arrived in Britain." Why is this evidence? What is happening? Why is this evidence? None of us had any idea what was coming when we took that, did we? No, that's so true. Well, if you'll excuse me now, I need to telegram government ministers and the Japanese police with this information about Asa Shin. Of course, Father. Thank you. I look forward to next month's installment, Miss Wilson. Oh good, and please do come to Baker Street sometime, won't you? We'd love to entertain you. I would be delighted. The best of luck for tomorrow, Naruhodo. And give my suggestion your full consideration, won't you? Yes, I will. Going back home. You know, Kazuma-sama has always meant a great deal to my father. I'm sure he'd love the chance to meet with him and talk to him about all of this. Yes, no doubt. Asa Shin. Of course, it's so obvious. Oh, oops. Shows? Asa Shin. Of course, it's so obvious. How could I have neglected to consider the possibility before now? Mr. Sholmes? Holy, where have you been? Why, I joined you all for tea, of course. What an extraordinary question.
I didn't notice you at all.
Were you eavesdropping?
No matter, no matter. Anyway, 2 more pressing concerns, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, yes?
I must dispatch a telegram to your country at once. It is a matter of much urgency.
To Japan, you mean?
Tell me, to whom can I entrust the task? Quickly now, who?
Professor Mikotoba?
Well... My father has just now left to send a telegram to the Imperial Police Bureau himself.
I see.
Well, he looked reliable enough for a bearded fellow.
What does that mean?
I don't think what father sports could be considered a beard, Mr. Sholmes. There's not a moment to lose. Kindly ask your trusty unshaven father to see this is sent. I will, but what is it?
No questions at this time, if you please, Mr. Sato.
All we can do is pray that for once my deduction is awry.
Oh, for him to say this? This must be serious. Doesn't that imply that your deductions are normally correct, Mr. Sholmes? Which isn't exactly... Now then!
You may be surprised to learn that I am a very busy man. I certainly have no time to hide behind cities and eavesdrop on other people's conversation. He just admitted it!
So that's what joining us for tea meant.
I leave the sending of this in your hands then, my dear fellows.
So does he know about Wilson then? John Wilson?
Wait a minute, Mr. Sholmes. He just sort of ran off, didn't he? At quite a pace.
And left an unpaid bill for his tea behind too.
I must catch up with father at the telegraph office. At once. And I'll run and call us a cab straight away.
Wow, and there was me thinking everyone would be clamoring to pay Mr. Sholmes' bill. I need to pay it. God damn it.
Oh, now we can go to the hospital?
Oh, and to Kazuma.
In some ways, this place seems to rather suit Lord Wanzi. Oh dear, did I say that out loud?
Rude.